Can't see it's not on. Yeah. All right. I pressed restart one more time. There it is. Good day, YouTube. Welcome. I tried to put the YouTube live on, but it didn't go for some reason. But here it is. Here it is. You didn't see me, but here I am. We were talking about design of the beta of Shadows of Tuonela, and we were kind of like talking what we have accomplished. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. We had this beautiful paint list of the stuff that we want to include, and we've already done quite a bit of them. So I'm actually really proud of what we've done. There's still a lot to be done, but I am really happy to do it. So, first of all, let's get right to it. ISASAG on Twitch chat has a really good question, so don't devalue professions. Yeah. So, my idea about the NPC drop versus professions is that kind of like to reach the next level in professions, you gotta get the drop, like the first drop of the next tier first. So you can't like right now in Shadows of Tuonela, because there's no levels. I'm not sure, maybe we'll add levels later on, but because there's no levels, we gotta like gatekeep the better tiered, for example, mining and fishing pools by basically like checking what level gear you have or what level tool you have, basically. So I think the kind of like the rational way is that, so if you want to get to first level of mine pickaxe, you gotta get the first black ore from an NPC, and then when you can like use that to create a mining pickaxe, then you can like start grinding the ore, and with the grinding then you can like do like all the other tier 1 stuff as well. And then again you need to like kill the next level mob to get the first tier 2, or so that you can craft the first tier 2 gear, so that you can start farming and doing the rest of them, you know. That's kind of like my philosophy of it. It's definitely not the only way, it's not the, I don't know if it's the best way, but that's kind of like how I see it. Depoxy, good day. Just came to say hi, gonna do the hygiene passport test. Let's go, Depoxy. Just remember to wash your hands, alright? Alright, wash your hands. Wash your hands, that's the only thing you gotta remember. Motherfucking this way to put tariffs to bikini bottom. What the hell, dude? ISASAG on the YouTube chat. Hey. Alright, so we have authentication, we have Unity cloud saving, and yeah, it works now. But let's do the black NPCs. So what do we want to do? What we basically want to do is here on the city center, we are going to put NPCs roaming around here. But I kind of want to actually, like now that I'm here, I kind of want to do these 3D houses first. Because what I want to kind of like see is that the NPCs would be kind of like roaming in and out the houses, kind of like in RuneScape Classic. I think it brings life to the city. So I think we're gonna try to accomplish that. Now, how do we do it? Kind of like thinking, should we create this kind of like first like bare bones house, or how would we do it? That is the question. All right, let's start. I'm gonna let's do like orange. Old goblin of unstable states of America just took most of the tariffs on pause except China. Yeah. It is a freaking circus. Around there. All right. So what I'm thinking is just like doing good old paper walls. That's what I'm thinking. So what we're actually gonna do 2D objects. We're just gonna do. We're basically just going to do a what is square? What if I do a square? So here's a square. What if I put this on y1 on y2? Okay, so that's not on ground. This is probably on the ground. Okay, so it's half on the ground. What if I just like take this and just like stretch it to like 5 or 4 and then increase the height? So this is gonna be my wall. I think the height could be a little bit higher, maybe like 3. No, that's too much. 2 is probably gonna be alright. Market manipulation. Yeah, it seems like so. So what if I do like this and then I create like just like another wall. Boom. Okay, so it didn't. What if I create like I'm gonna give you the material, which is going to be the I think I have material, so I have the wood. What if I use this? Doom. So it doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much. Material texture property main text has offset a scale set. It is incompatible with sprite renderer. So that didn't work out. That didn't work out, guys. I wonder what we can do about that. I wonder what we can do about that. So what's wrong with this? It said something about it. Material texture property main text has offset scale sets. What is that? Too bad my government is choking on Trump's cock and is afraid to pick a side. Yeah, we're kind of doing that as well, but I think it's for the better. I think it's probably for the better. So this one has what offsets? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? All right. So what if? So I have the bridge here. So where is the bridge? Was this like plain? What if I use this? You remember this one? Say something nice about me. Hey, Tete, you have been wonderfully helpful, and with the customs and with my community, I really appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you. I don't have the strength. I don't have the time nor the capabilities of hosting them right now. So you guys are super helpful. All right. So thank you. Thank you for being awesome and kind. So let's rotate this to 0 and let's make it that. All right. So now it's kind of like that. This is gonna be. Let's take you for a ride. All right. I want you to be. Hello. Okay, so now it's like that. Now you're like that. Okay, so now you're kind of like floor. I want you to be upwards. All right, so that's upwards. That's actually upwards. You are way too big though. You are way too big. Okay, so 1. That's not good. 0.5. So that didn't do anything. Huh. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? It's acting weird. So it's kind of like huge ass building if I do that. Huge ass building. So I'm thinking like maybe the wall could be roughly the size of this house's like kind of like the whatnot. So I think that's kind of like the size. I think we're gonna do this is gonna be like bridge wood. I think I'm gonna do another one of these, and we're gonna change the tiling of it. So this is gonna be used on this one, and now if I change this, it should change that as well. Yeah. Let's do like that. Say something nice about me because it's out of stock. Hey, Ice Edgy, I have really appreciated your presence in the community. You are one of the, like, I consider new people in the community, and you have joined and come to us with open and kind heart. I really appreciate it. Regulars are the backbone of this community, and I really appreciate you guys like just coming in every day to make my streams better and to hang with me and just have fun with me, you know? Really appreciate it, dude. All right, let's make this a little bit less. I think that's all right. All right, let's make it just a little bit smaller. I think now we're kind of like cooking. We're cooking with the gas. Now, what I'm gonna do is rename this. Is gonna be wall, house wall, and I am just gonna do another parent. Well, let's just actually just do another wall first. This is gonna be the back wall. Back wall. And then we are gonna do another wall. Rotate this like 90 degrees. Just kind of like try to make it look like something. Alright, so that's kind of like what I was looking for. Then bring this motherfucker back. And then create another one of these. So does this? So it you can see it from this side, but when you go here, it disappears. Huh. 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 Copy paste. Copy paste one more time. So this one needs to be rotated probably not that way. Not that way. Is it this way? Yeah. Alright, so this is gonna be kind of like the first iteration of the house. It ain't much. But it's honest work, ladies and gentlemen. It's honest work. It's pretty hard to put this when you can't see the walls. It's fairly difficult, guys. Alright, so we've got house walls, which for some reason don't show to all of the sides. Maybe we'll need like indoor, like outward facing walls, and then like inwards. Maybe there's a flag for two-sided texturing. That is a good idea. So we have the bridge wood, normal map, emission tiling offset, advanced options, highlights, sorting priority, environmental reflections, render face, front, both. Cubezoid clutching. You can now see them. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. So then let's try to do a roof. Let's try to do a roof, everyone. So what we're gonna do is just gonna rotate it like this. So it's roughly 90 degrees. Then we're gonna rotate it like this, so that it's I don't know, 25 degrees. No, minus 25. Something like that. And then I'm gonna take you and move your X. All right. Should it be bigger? Should it be bigger? It should probably be a little bit bigger. What if we increase this? Oh, that's not it. What about we increase this one? Make it 0.5. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Then maybe a little bit less, like 0.4. And then... Hey, BN Apps, how's it going? This is gonna be a roof side. And then we're gonna do another one of these. And let's see if we flip it to 25. And then we move the X. So how close are we? It's not horrible. It's actually not horrible. It's not perfect either. Let's put it a little bit like that. And then move this a little bit back. Alright, so I think that kind of works. I think that kind of works. We have a 3D house, boys. Obviously, this one doesn't have, you know, a hole for... It doesn't have a hole for the wall. I'm kind of like wondering how do we do that? How do we do that? So we have colliders. There's also a Pro Builder package for Unity that provides tools for creating 3D stuff. It's quite nice for prototyping. Pro Builder package. Pro Builder Unity. Pro Builder tutorial.
What's up, guys? Justin
What's
here
up?
with the realtimeessentials.com. Back with another. Is you want to act working with text mode. So if you just click on new shape, what it's going to do is it's going to add the last shape that you had added inside. There's some more detailed things. Like
this seems pretty cool.
And doors and planes. And so let's take a look at a couple.
This seems pretty cool.
A couple object for the stair. You can extrude this to a height. So if you need like
Thanks,
a
BN
custom
Apps.
shape.
This is actually quite useful.
Come in here, I can subdivide this object. Well, that's going to... And so you could also... To bevel. So if I was to... A lot of the time... Materials on my conversation with you guys. Really quick.
Should we learn how to do this? And Shadows of Tuonela becomes a 3D project. Yeah, so it's kind of like... I want it to be a mixture. I want it to be a mixture of all of them. To kind of like keep players and everyone on toes. So kind of like the idea that I'm looking for here is that this is very similar to RuneScape Classic. So that you're actually gonna like go inside this house and you're gonna see some sort of like workstation. And when you go in, we're gonna hide all the walls and it's gonna be like very bare bones. But I think it's going to be more like it's gonna create a better fantasy than just like interacting with like some of these like walls, you know? Yeah, what do you guys think? Character modeling work initiated. Nice, let's go. Pro Builder package. So what we could obviously do with that is kind of like create some custom walls and custom houses. Yeah. Should we try to do that? It's always it's always like a huge hurdle to start learning new tools, but this seem pretty cool. This does seem pretty cool. It can do a lot of things. Boolean operator can drill holes. Yeah, because the thing about this is that I don't actually know how I would go about to create a hole in here. The only way I can kind of like think of it is that I would create like a wall to this place and then wall here and then another place here, and then it would kind of like be three planes together. Maybe environment could evolve to some form of 3D in general and characters stay in 2D. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool if it's a little mixture of all of them, like both of them. Like I think like a lot of the environmental assets can be 2D. You know, bushes and rocks and shit. I think that's completely fine. But then when you're kind of like when we have indoors, it's gotta be 3D, right? It's gotta be. There's no way of doing that in 2D unless we go side scroller or something. Like we could do side scroller inside the houses, but I think this is probably gonna be the way to go. Pro Builder. Okay, I'm gonna try like how would it work if I had 3 walls kind of like merged into one. So I'm just gonna try it, all right? So I'm just gonna, this first one is gonna be, it's not that one. It's kind of like, just gonna make this smaller. So we're kind of like doing the front. So it's probably gonna be something like that, like 1. So we're gonna do this part. And then we are gonna do another one of these, and this is gonna be, we're gonna squeeze it other way around, so like this, make it a little bit higher so it matches. So now the texture is not gonna match, which is not optimal, obviously. It's not optimal. So if we were to stretch it, then it looks a little better, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. Internet, I love that bottom part where cobblestone solid material blends into wooden planks and other solid material like that. But I do give a green thumb of cool ideas on 3D environment and 2D character combination. Shaders and post-processing could give 3D assets some 2D look with outlines and flat shading. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool if we had a custom shader like that. And Interdom, good day. Man, I don't know. What if we just had like this shed? What if we just had this shed kind of thing, so that there's no like front wall? What if we did this? This would be the first crafting. What do you guys think about my shed? Do you like it? Into the bucket list of Iloski could take a look. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on board. Sponsored by Pirkka. Let's. Well, it does paint a finished picture. It does. You know? Yeah. Maybe we could add like a different kind of floor here. Oh man, best of Pirkka. It is a little perkka. God damn it, guys. God damn it. Pew, 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 pew. Now, what do we do? Yeah, in the future, yeah, this is one of those things that we can always do better in the future. Pro Builder would probably be easier to work with than building with 2D sheets once you get the hang of it. Oh man, guys, should we try the Pro Builder? Should we try it? All right, let's try it. What the hell, guys? What the hell? Let's try it. Better than learning Blender. Yeah, anything's better than learning Blender. All right, do we have some shit we need to do? So we have the material, all right. Yeah, so did a new material for... We should probably rename it. So this is actually gonna be like wall wood. Wall wood. Very good. Did a new material for a test house wall. This is a checkpoint before we start with Pro Builder. It can be done later though if you want to move fast now. How hard can it be, right? How hard can it be? All right, so let's try the package manager. You need to registry Pro Builder. It can probably be found with this. Pro Builder. I choose you. All right, so yeah, it is Pro Builder. Let's go. How hard can it be? I'm just like trying to create these very, very simple houses where there's a door. That's all. Muutiskurpää, welcome. All right, so where's the Pro Builder now? There it is. Tools, Pro Builders, editors. Create polyshape, create shape. I think we're gonna start with the create shape. Is there a way to kind of like strip all Pro Builder scripts, debug, materials, geometry. All right. Let's start, guys. Yeah, like where do I get the... Where do I move the shit? Create polyshape, create shape, open edit, so material edit, just moving. I guess create something, I will show it. Yeah, all right, let's try. I'm gonna create a... like, should it be plain or should it be like just a cube where we carve a wall? It even has interaction section. Plain can be the ground. Alright, so obviously plain is one way to look at it. Cube is okay for... Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking like, what if we just create a cube and we try to carve like a hole into it. So let's try the cube, alright? So here I am drawing a cube. Boom. Oh! Oh, would you look at that? Look at that! That's a beautiful cube. That is a beautiful cube, boys. All right, so here I have the wall. Can I like, so I can just like cool. Yeah, we have Minecraft now. That's very easy. So apparently we have this kind of like component here in the inspector. We have a size of it, shape of it. We can edit the shape if we want. Use the Pro Builder edit mode in the scene tools overlay to edit this mesh. So is this the tool? Edit Pro Builder shape. I got rid of it somehow. I got rid of it. Edit. Alright, so here's the edit. So we can do the shape, we can do the size. Now, how do I carve? How do I carve? Pro Builder, carve a hole into mesh. Cutting holes in things. That sounds good. I want to do that.
Hi everybody, welcome to a quick tutorial.
I want to carve holes.
Create a general Pro Builder cube here to start with.
Let's go.
And let's give it some dimensions maybe so we can use it a little better. Say this is a wall in a house. Or
Each wall could be a cube.
Chop a hole in it. So simple and easy
Sure.
way is to use the semi-experimental Boolean tool that generally works pretty well. So basically have your object, then create another object, probably using Control-Shift-K to create a, well, in this case I'll create like a cylinder here that I'm going to use to put a hole through, and I'll just maybe give this a little more height is all. Alternately, you might have a different object specifically made, any shape at all that you want to use to make the hole. Anything will work. The more complex the two objects are, the higher the chance of a problem happening. So just be aware of that. So we've got our object that's going to essentially drill through and make the hole, and we have the object that's going to get the hole put in it. Once you have those, go ahead and click on Tools, Pro Builder, Experimental, Boolean Tool. This will bring up the current and experimental panel for this current and experimental.
Yeah, I wonder how this is now. This is like old.
Choose both the options, or both the objects, by clicking on the little circle. We'll grab the cube for number 1 and the cylinder for number 2. And then you have a few options: intersection, union, and subtraction. In this case, we're going to want subtraction, and click on Apply. What that'll do is leave your original objects alone and create a brand new object. I'll pull this over here with the hole.
That's pretty cool. All right, let's try it. Let's try it if that's... we could have pre-made door and arc shapes between two cubes. Could have... yeah, so basically what I'm thinking is that we could basically do... so we need a new shape as far as I know. So we're gonna do edit, create a shape, and I'm just gonna do, I suppose it could be a cube as well. Like just gonna do a cube, and then we're gonna like do this, I don't know, like something like this, and like yay high, something like that, and then this guy, we're gonna move you over here. All right. And then we are gonna go into the Pro Builder. And What was it called? what was it called? Select hole. Edit shape. I don't know. Like he had some
Builder experimental.
Boolean CSG tool. Guys, I don't think that exists. I don't think that exists anymore. Amecraft, Helgeir, good day, good day. All right, so what the hell? We're trying to create a house into the game. Just... All right, so this isn't a thing anymore. So 2 years ago, it was still experimental. If you can't find the experimental, enable experimental features in Edit Preferences Pro Builder. So is this still a thing? Edit Preferences. Like if it's here, I'm gonna be mad. And then it was Preferences Pro Builder. Experimental features enabled. I'm pressing it. I'm pressing it. Nothing's happening. Is something happening? I think my like PC started like humming like. It is compiling scripts. Wow, this must be the heaviest bool I've ever pressed. All right, so it's done. If it's still under like the experimental, it's gonna be pretty funny. There it is. It's still under experimental after all these years. All right, so here's the shit. So this is the cube, and this is the other cube, and I want to subtract. You need to shoot fire half of the employees. I think they have. I think they have. All right, let's go, guys. Pro Builder subtraction apply. So we should have now a game object that has the hole in it. Look at that. Except that it didn't go all the way through. It didn't go all the way through. Fuck. How did it not go all the way through? How did that happen? Like on the walls, like isn't this like what the hell? Needs to be bigger? Do you mean this one? I can make this bigger. Alright, so this is gonna be huge ass. This is gonna be a huge ass, alright? Here we go. It doesn't go all the way through. It only booleans the volume of the object. So is this gonna create a hole? Or I think the cube is hollow. Or is it? Is the cube actually like solid? Because then this is just gonna carve kind of like, I think it's not. So that's interesting. That is interesting. So if it's okay, I want to see what happens. All right, I want to see what happens. I'm gonna delete this. So we're gonna do Pro Builder experimental boolean. This is gonna be the. I think that, and then this is gonna be that. I want to see what happens. Yeah, so we're getting this cool gateway. Yeah, the cube, it seems like it's actually solid. So I suppose we could use this just by like, creating kind of like this inside of it. Oh man, I think this is pretty cool. Like this could be some sort of like a tunnel, but yeah. All right, so maybe creating a cube wasn't the way to go. If you create a copy of the room and scale it a bit smaller than Boolean those, then create separate Boolean to punch through the wall. I love this. This is like a little puzzle game. This is like a little puzzle game now, isn't it? All right, so basically, if we do another one of these and just like make it a little bit smaller. So if we like scale it down to like 0.9, it should be a little bit smaller, right? Yeah. So this is gonna be the inside of it. Then I'm gonna take this motherfucker out. And so this is the outside. So I'm just gonna name it bigger box. And this is the inside. So this is the smaller box. Then we're gonna do the Pro Builder experimental Boolean. This is gonna be the bigger box, smaller box, subtraction, apply. Now it's gonna be so good, guys. Are you ready? It's gonna be so good. So you can't see it, but it is hollow. It is a padded white room where you're gonna be left alone. Let's go. So I can probably delete this, and I can delete that, and I think I can delete that, and then we're just gonna create the door. Now you can use the smaller place to create the door. Yeah, this is so good. So here's the door. I'm actually gonna make it like so that you can go through it like the other way around as well. So is this there? This is that one. Still better than flats in Paris. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. All right, let's increase this like so. I wanted to go through. Like that. This is gonna be perfect. This is just gonna be perfect, guys. So let's go. Pro Builder. Maybe lift it up a little bit. What do you mean? Just make sure it doesn't remove part of the floor. So are you saying like there should be a little bit of that kynnys? So this should be a little bit higher. Not this one, this one. Like so. I'm just gonna lift it just a teeny bit. You scaled box made the floor thick. Right. Yeah, so what you're saying is that this kind of like the floor, inside floor is a little bit higher than the ground. Oh yeah, I get it. So this should be, they should be kind of like at the same level. Oh my god. I get it. Yeah, so about that. I don't know if that's gonna be perfect. Let's try it. So we're gonna do the new game object and then the cube, and we're gonna subtract. Boom. And then we have a new beautiful house. Look at that, guys. We have a house. So now you can go through it. Obviously, it's one object, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to like hide the kind of like the walls though. So that's kind of like the problem with this design. Right? Unless you can split this into like pieces. Can you? I think this is alright. Like I think that, like, other than that, this is actually quite good. Maybe I should maybe I should actually like split it into pieces. So maybe I could have like this and that and that, and then do the walls and whatnot. So I could like hide them when you go inside. This is gonna be a little, I don't know if we can. I think yeah, it's just one block. One block. You can also create separate box for the floor, then create separate box for wall. Yeah, I think we gotta do that. This was a nice practice though. This was a nice practice. So let's delete those. This is the Kalevala simulator, by the way. Kalevala simulator, I tells you. So let's do a new shape, and instead, I think we're gonna do cubes still. I think we're still gonna do cubes. So we're gonna do like wall, floor first. So this is gonna be the floor of it, and we're gonna. Okay. Okay. What did I press? What did I press? So let's do like a wall, floor, and this is gonna be like really something. All right. So that's gonna be the floor. Let's use gonna use this different layout so we can see what we're doing. We can see better what we're doing. Then, so this is the floor gang. Then we're gonna do another one. This is gonna be the wall. This is gonna be the wall. This is trippy. Trippy. I guess it has a snapping thing. I don't know. So there's no way to tell how high this is. I think you can snap using control. Oh shit. So how high is that? It's not very high. Not very high. It's not far. It's not far, but let's try that again. So I would love to have this in some better place. Control Shift K. Boom. All right. Here we go. I am pressing control. Dun 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 dun. So that didn't work out. That didn't work out at all. Control Shift K. What the fuck is that? Stop! Stop it! Get some help. If you create it a specific way, I think you'll get it better at it. Vertex mode snapping is also handy. Yeah, so I kind of like fucked this up, didn't I? I fucked it up. It's not that serious if it's a little off, you know. It's not that serious. We're just gonna like do this. Alright, so that's alright. We can edit it if we need to. So this is a little high. So I think we can just like DDD. Just like do this. Then I think we can even like move it if we want to. That's better. That's like really close now. That's really close. Where's the selection? Yeah, that's good enough. I'm the builder, damn right. So this is the wall. Let's do another wall. We're just gonna copy you, mother friendly. I'm building Kalevala, 1 block at a time. All right. Then we're gonna create. We are gonna create this. Oh, a little bit of a different thing here. Let's see how it goes. Something like this. Good stuff. All right, let's try to copy paste it. And then lastly do like a small piece there. I don't know, maybe I don't. Does it even need the last piece? Alright, let's try it. Let's try it out, alright? So I'm just gonna like try to create this doorway kind of like block. It's too high. I think that works. I think that's pretty good. All right. So what we can do now is these are kind of like the. I'm just gonna do like a. Let's first do. This is the crafting house blocks. Block parent. Yeah, I'm going to move it here. So this is gonna be the parent object 1, and then we're just gonna move all these motherfuckers down behind underneath. Then I'm gonna create end wall south. And these guys are gonna come underneath that. Now I should be able to copy paste this into end wall north and move it around in here. All right. What about the roof? The roof is on fire. What do we do about the roof, guys? What do we do about the roof? Let's see what we have here. So if we go Pro Builder, create shape, we can do arch. I don't know how, but we're gonna do arch, guys. What's with the flashlights? Woohoo! We have a barn! Let's fucking go, dude. This caught me by surprise, like, I'm not gonna lie. That's not too bad. Like, what? How does this... Okay, so you can just, like, do that. Interesting. Interesting. Air conditioning, yeah. So I can just, like, kind of like lift it up. The thing about this is that we get this little gap here. We get this little gap here. I'm not a huge fan of. We get that little gap there, and I don't know what to do about it. What if we like kind of like increase this? Does it have a setting to fill that? I don't know. What if we kind of like increase that and then kind of like... Okay, so that's not what I want. What if I... What if I kind of like move it downwards? It's in the script, it has end caps, but it's enabled. I don't know, should that work? So we have arch, thickness, end caps. So you can reduce the size. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better. That is so much better. Now I would love it that it would do the ends. What is that? What does that do? Smooth edit shape. Alright, so I think it could be a little bit like bigger. A little bit bigger from each side. I think that's pretty cool. I think we can. I think I can live with this. The only thing really is that that would be awesome if we kind of like do these endings here. But I think it's fine if it doesn't. It's fine if it doesn't. Mr. Cosmo, good evening. How's it going? End caps enable this option to create faces of the ends of the arcs. Disable this option if you know the ends are not visible to the camera. This is an optimization station strategy to reduce the number of polygons. Maybe the camera doesn't see them. That seems unlikely. That seems a little unlikely. Seems a little unlikely. Yeah, well, it is what it is. What if we... Okay, so there it is. So if we increase the thickness... The thickness was too low. Guys. There it is. We have a house. It is a beautiful, beautiful house. All right. So, is there a way for us to give it look. Can we make it wooden? So let's go in this one, and I'm just gonna try real quick to kind of like throw in the wooden material. Like, okay, so it's just, how come it? Oh yeah, they are different. They are kind of like different. Can I like throw this on this? No. Remember that you can paint each face own color. Yeah, so we can do something like this. I suppose we could recolor it a little bit to make it more interesting. So this is the wall wood, so I'm gonna go ahead and can you share your Spotify playlist? So if you want to listen to this, what we're actually listening right now, this is I think it's this groovy stream beats by Harry Seller. Yes, Waka, yes. And it sucks. So we can change the color here if we want to. We can make it a little bit, I guess we could make it a little lighter. That's gonna be a little different. A long time. What a time to be alive, boys. What a time to be alive. I think it's just too tight. I think that's kind of like, I think that kind of like looks better if it looks like it's you can see the planks kind of. I would like it to be a little bit lighter color. I don't know. Well, maybe it's gonna be like this dark wood then. So this is gonna be the roof wood material. Let's do another one, and this is gonna be the wall wood material, and I'm just gonna like use this on all of these. Any reason why not using free assets? Not really now. I guess I'm learning. I never used this tool before, so it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting this way. Yeah. Waka with the free assets. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We could definitely use something like this in the game. It's maybe it's a tad too realistic, but maybe with some shader it would kind of like pop off. Yeah, I think like in general, like it would be cool to have some of these kind of like wrecked houses in the scene. Cool. It would be more optimized to do it, for example, in Blender and then import it. Yeah, I think you're right. we're kind of like experimenting what we can do, learning along the way. I don't exactly know what I want, which is a problem in itself. I don't know if that amount of detail actually blends in with the rest of the game. Yeah, it's true. It can't be realistic. Yeah, I don't want to be I don't want to be doing this right now. But yeah, it's a solid idea to kind of like look for free assets as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of like, let's see if we can find a kind of like this stonish material for this. So I'm gonna do a new material. Why can't I find? There it is. So this is gonna be like stone floor material. Let's see if we can find the base map. I think we do have something that we could probably use. Pebbles! Let's go, pebbles! So we have that. Cracked. Sand, coal, crystal, snow. Grass. Fur. Marble. Muddy cracks. Yeah, the stylized could be a way to go, yeah. We have that kind of floor. I think that could work. Pavement is probably the best one yet. And we have some water. Oh yeah, we have this different wall as well, like a different kind of wood. Let's see how some of these would look. Ooh, somebody's calling me, Berbe. No, I didn't. Yeah, so I was expecting my kind of like. So there's a couple of things that needs to be taken care of. Yeah, exactly. Huolia paratis. So I had a couple of things that needs to be taken care of at the place, at the apartment. So I was kind of like waiting for a call from them. There's gonna be a handyman coming tomorrow. He's gonna fix a couple of things. I thought I had them disabled too, but apparently some idiots in development of the apartment wants to push OS updates that randomly might enable some settings. Oh, you're talking about autocorrection. All right, I see. Okay, so we did we do? I don't think we actually selected any here. I think we could use the cobblestone as well. Let's try the cobblestone if we kind of like change the kind of like. I think that could work if we made it a little darker or something. A little darker or something. I think that kind of works. Alright, so this is gonna be the house, boys. This is gonna be the house. Now, basically we can now hide these walls and the arc. And this is gonna be what the player sees. This is gonna be what the player sees when they go in. And now would be awesome if we could kind of get, you know, like a furnace or whatever. So we could basically look for the fab. So can we find a furnace? Or like something like that. So these are not furnaces. Smelter. So I'm kind of like looking for things that the player could interact with. These are not it. So let's try Unity Asset Store. Sky Furnace. All right, so that's already kind of what I'm. Ooh, that's. Oh, it's it costs. Are you gonna hide the walls fully? I think like the first iteration is just I'm gonna like hide everything, like just boom. This is gonna be kind of like the thing. Yeah. One way would be what we did in Paradise Tycoon is we kind of like had the walls built so that they're kind of like split, so that you have kind of like this bottom part and then you have the top part, and then we leave the bottom part. We tried the transparent one too, and it's all right, but I think it's just more clean if you get rid of it altogether. So let's make free. So okay, so we have that furnace. What about like smelter or something? Blacksmith. I would make a mask that hides the top part of it. Yeah, there's many ways to look at it. Make it free. All right, so there's some shit here. 3D blacksmith house. I kind of like this low poly stuff. Let's see here if we do just blacksmith. What if we do just blacksmith and go like free? So we have that kind of anvil, blacksmith forge. These are pretty cool, but they're all very realistic. I guess that's kind of like the closest I've seen yet. I think this could work right out of the gates. Here you kind of like have the smelter. And then you have the anvil. And then I suppose we could use some of the like the desk for salvaging. It's quite a bit to have in everything in one house. Maybe we'll do like another one for like you would smelt in one and then you would kind of like salvage in another. I think this is all right. I think we could live with this. So let's give it a go. So low poly medieval blacksmith props. Add to my assets. All right, I had to check. I don't think I doxed myself or anything like that by showing my emails. I had to check because Waka noticed me. I don't think I caused too much trouble. All right, let's see here. Kappa. So do we have the shit? Did we get the shit? I don't think we did. Where's the shit? Where's the shit? Alright, here's the shit. Yeah, it needs to be at least 10 kilometers between the smelting and the salvaging. Yeah, like I don't want to like tease the players by, you know, like making everything like on the other side of the map. But I think there needs to be a little bit of that, you know, RP walking. So let's download this. Package size is 400 kilos, so I think we can live with that. Yeah, it needs a little bit of that, you know. A little bit of that. Yeah, let's just import this. Just ordering some gold bars with your social security number, nothing to worry about. Just sign the bill, alright? Just pay it. Just pay it. Alright, so we should have... is it the Poluronin? Yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna move this straight into the Git ignore assets. I'm not gonna push them into Git. But then over here we should be able to put this stuff on. One thing that we should probably do is add a little bit of a light here. So we gotta check how we do that. So we have prefabs, and we have saws, we have tables, tongs, whatever. Let's see if we can find the smelter. Anvil station, anvil stand, barrel, bellow, chair, forge. Yeah, forge. So let's put this bad boy in. And that's actually not bad looking. It's just obviously purple, which is not optimal. So I think we need to change this to universal. So you are gonna be the forge. I'm just gonna put you in there. I'm just gonna put you in there. I'm gonna squeeze you just a little bit. Just gonna squeeze you a little bit so you fit my house. So now it's gonna fit my house better. And that goes through the roof. Oh, that's actually beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Medieval blacksmith colors. Can I like make this darker? So I can make it darker, but that might fuck everything up. So gotta keep that in mind. Gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so we've got that. Really cool. I think we could add like a light there. To make the kind of like the indoors pop. So there's the forge. Let's add... so we're gonna have an anvil. So watch this. Is that an anvil? That's not an anvil. Like, what the hell is this? What the hell? That's not an anvil. That's an anvil. That is an anvil. I think it could be on top of something. Let's see if it could be like on top of this chair or something. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's better. So this is gonna be the crafting. There looks like being an anvil station asset. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, Larre. Good day, Larre. How's it going? All right. I think this is a tad big, so I'm gonna see if I can squeeze it down a little bit. Nice. There's gonna be a prop like a chair there. And yeah, so now we have these two. So you can smelt, you can craft here. My work motivation is so down. So happy that next 2 weeks are shorter ones. True. Isn't it like 4 days each? Could actually test the scale with character. Yeah, we gotta do that soon. All right, so that's gonna be that. Let's try to add a light source into the forge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a light. So we're gonna do, I think we can add a light here. It's gonna be, I think it could be a point or spot. Let's try point lights. And I'm just gonna move it inside here. It obviously looks a little silly because there's nothing inside. Orange light and flicker yellow light. That would be pretty cool. I wonder if we have any kind of existing fire assets. What was here? I think we had some like shit. Fire. What do we have here? I think we could like honestly like use one of these. Oh, that's pretty good. I think this is pretty good. I think we're gonna use this. So I'm just gonna like put this. We gotta control the fire. The whole freaking furnace is on fire. Everything's on fire. Let's try to make it smaller. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Does this have like a... Yeah, it has a light in it, so I don't think we're gonna need this one then. So this is gonna be the fire inside. Start color. I think that's looking pretty good. The fire's a little bit of, you know, escaping. Let's see if we can make it a little smaller. Yeah, so it's not perfect. I think it's good enough. And I think it's good enough. It's kind of like goes through a little emissive object inside and a point light projecting from the opening of the furnace. So we have a point light. Yeah, I think this could be rotated. Or can we rotate this whole thing? Maybe if this was like 180 degrees. Now it's kind of like pointing outwards. The floor's a little too glossy. So let's see if we can fix that. Stone floor material. So let's bring down the smoothness just a little bit. Hadouken is here, good day. Alright, so we have the fires of hell. A coke fire is actually pretty small unless you like wasting fuel. Hey, it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. So I'm gonna get rid of this block. I don't know. I'm just gonna save it unless we, in case of something happening. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do under the art a new folder. It's gonna be like 3D buildings, and I'm just gonna bring this guy Kalevala house. Kalevala house is going in. And then we have this, my beautiful block house. Gonna create a prefab out of it. Okay, so the stuff isn't inside, so let's put it inside. Empty. This is gonna be the decorations. And everyone is going inside. Then we're overriding. Awesome. Now, let's see about this. So the forge doesn't have. Let's do a box collider on it. So let's see how it is. So that's actually really good. Basically, this one is gonna be the. We need an interaction for this, and it's gonna be the smelting in the future, but we don't have that yet. Then the anvil. Let's put this inside. Then the anvil, we need a collider for you as well, so you're gonna be having a box collider. That's all right. And this is gonna be the crafting station for now. The chair, let's give it a box collider as well. Just to be something, just to be a little something, you know. Cool stuff. Now, can the player go inside here? That's the question. Can the player come inside? So how do we check that? Is we need to check out the non-mesh surface. We gotta show it. And right now we can, but let's bake. Alright, so as it turns out, we may be or may not be able to come here. We may or may not be able to come here. Lockable. I think we could probably tweak the player a little bit. So let's see here under player. We have the player as agent. Do what? Numbers agent, so radius. Let's decrease the radius. No, wait. I think we need to. I think we can change the humanoid. Open agent settings. Yeah, so here we have the humanoid. So radius is 0.5. So let's reduce it to 0.3. Now what do we bake? Yeah, we get a little fatter area. We get a little closer. That doesn't seem too good. So I think what we gotta do is increase the step a little bit. Well, that didn't do anything. What if we increase the slope to 3? Lower the house? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea either. I'm not sure. Is that gonna be a deal breaker? Let's try it out. So we're gonna go inside network manager. We are gonna spawn in Torri. There it is. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. We're gonna register as blacksmither. Our password's gonna be blacksmith12_. Sign up successful. We're hosting. What the hell is there? What is this performance? What is this performance? What the Can we go in? We can go in. What is the performance like? Holy shit. We can go inside, but... Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, we literally made a 3D building and the game doesn't freaking run anymore. Like, what is this? Is it the flame? Ubisoft optimized. Alright, first of all, I'm gonna like reboot Unity. Maybe it's just that. Like the first particle effect we add and the game is like running 20 FPS. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I am too bright again. Let me turn down the lights. Alright, so I'm just too bright. That's fine. Prof Gome, how's it going? It's just the usual then. Yep, this is modern gaming. We're gonna enable all the new NVIDIA AI tools. So we're gonna have DLSS frame generation. We're gonna have temporary anti-aliasing. We're gonna crank up the motion blur, and it's gonna be good. All of those AI tools gonna take care of the performance. Human can't see over 30 FPS anyway, yeah. Yeah, so turns out the project doesn't open anymore. You're joking now, but later when you need to optimize, you might really do it. Alright, I'm gonna go put some food onto the stove because apparently my Unity is like, fuck you. Be right back. Alright, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Unity. My food is already preparing. But I had some laundry. I had some laundry in the machine, so I'm taking care of it. I'm putting it in the drying rack. Apparently my Unity is like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. So we'll see if I just killed my project. Guys, we're gonna see if I killed my project. Alright, I'm gonna handle the laundry. The food's gonna be done in 15. Probably gonna be back before that. So hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Go grab some food. Alright, sorry about all the wait. I have now put more laundry into the machine, and I have also put the first load into the drying rack, and my food is almost ready. So good progress in the kind of like home department. Alright, so I think what we can do, start working on before we eat, and after we eat, I think we can kind of like work to disappear these walls. Sounds like remote work. Yep. I got a party coming up. I'm like inviting a bunch of my friends over on Saturday, so you gotta like get the motors rolling before that actually happens, you know. So yeah, let's work on a little bit of we're gonna do like a super simple shit here. So basically we're just gonna do a new collider to the parent. It's gonna be a box collider. That's not what? Okay, so I guess it's just showing all the colliders. I wanna do kind of like this house wide and kind of like this sort of thing, so that it's a little bit off. So let's make it smaller and wider, move it a little bit, kind of like I want this kind of thing here, tad smaller. Okay, so I think that's still a little too wide. From this corner it's all right, a little bit like so. And here I want this to be a trigger. Have you run a profiler on the project some point already? I have, but not very much. Not very much, no. So this is gonna be the collider to trigger that we are inside, basically. And how this is gonna work is we're gonna add a new script here. This is gonna be called in-house trigger. Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna be getting more food. I'm gonna go grab the food in just a second. So anything else that work itself. Yeah, I love remote work. You get to do shit like this. It really helps. So we're gonna do the in-house trigger here, and this is gonna be real simple. I've done this before when I was working on Paradise Tycoon, so this shouldn't take too long. And here comes the spammer. Bitch, I banned you before you could spam. Alright, so we're gonna do a serialized field in here. This is gonna be serialized field private. We're gonna do a list of game object. And these are gonna be the kind of like the game objects to disappear list. I know, Mr. Cosmo, I'm getting the food in just like a few minutes. So we got this kind of thing here happening, and then we need basically like a private void on trigger enter. So Ogre enter. What the fuck is that? On trigger enter. Oh my god. Alright. Ogre enter. Alright, so private void one is right enough. So when we enter the collider, we are just gonna go over the list. We're gonna do for each on the list. If it's null, we are gonna set it. We're gonna, oh my god, please. We're gonna set it false. And then when we do the same thing, we're gonna just do the same thing on exit. And we're just gonna go ahead and set them back on. That should basically work. Simple org plus plus. That's good. That's funny. All right, so that should basically it. There is one thing which I don't think this will do, and that's kind of like this doesn't take into account if I am the one who walks in, and I think what we gotta do here is we gotta do a little bit of an ID check. So what I think we can do is we can do like we need to check if the local player walks in. So I think what we gotta do. Well, yeah, that's actually another thing here. So I think we need to do like if other game object combat tag is player. So if it's not, we're just gonna return. And we gotta check that it's in fact a player who walks in. Then we're gonna do this same thing over here. Alright, so we're not disappearing anything if an NPC walks in. But then we also gotta check in that the player is like the local player. So let's see if we can find that. I'm thinking, so I think Unity netcode, how to check if player is local. How to identify the local player. My food is done. Alright, so I have food now. We can probably get rid of the BRB. Alright, so how do I find that if my player is... Let's check out like Unity documentation network object. Like maybe there's some like value inside network object that we can just take a look at. I'm gonna know the ownership. Network object doesn't seem to have anything like that. What about network behavior? So what are we eating? Sauna makkara. Yeah, so I got leftovers from yesterday. This is kind of like it's a weird thing. So I think the closest you're gonna find is feijoada. You can Google it. It's a popular Brazilian kind of like this meat stew, has beans and whatnot. I basically like use Karjalan paisti, so Karelian stew, meat, and then have a rice and carrots and beans and whatnot, and black beans, and I don't know what it is. It's a fusion. Spawning. Is there anything I can do? Network transfer, ownership and authority. Spawning, latency, network synchronization. Looks tasty. It turned out alright. It wasn't the best I've done, but Feijoada is super good. I would highly recommend it. Just Google a good Feijoada recipe, and you won't look back. Let me just tell you that. So is there like? So which one is the approved one? Your system base on update, local player ID. This get singles and network ID. Come now, that's not it. That's not it. Property is local player. If a network object is assigned, it will return whether or not this network object is the local player. Is local player. So what is this under? This is under network behavior. Is local player unity. Is that networking, network behavior? So it needs a network behavior, but it needs to be inside the player. Maybe I can do something so that like in player states, I'm gonna be like, all right, so we are spawning, and maybe I'll do like here is gonna be like, if is local player, I'm just gonna be like, is local player is true. I don't know if this is gonna work. But I'm just gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna do like a public is local player. Is owner. No. I'm just gonna do this. Player state is local player. Hides inherited member network behavior is local player. Use the new keyword. Network behavior is local player. So can I access that? Network behavior. Can I like access that? Like what is that shit? What is that shit? So in the house trigger, can I be like, all right, so we have the other, then we have like game object, we're gonna get component, and then we're gonna be like, okay, so I'm looking for network behavior. And then we're gonna be like, okay, so are we a local player? So does this work? And if the answer is no, so I think we can do just like a if this is false, we're just gonna return. But let's make it a little bit easier for us, so we're gonna do a logging here. Not local player. Yes, local player. Good job. All right, so I'm just gonna try this. Let's see if that works. Hello? All right. So we're setting the game objects false, and here we are setting them true. And that's basically all there is to it. Let's do a prediction of do you believe? Will the walls disappear? Two minutes. What do you guys think? Will the walls disappear? So we gotta do the references here real quick. So basically game objects to disappear. So we're gonna do the walls and the arch. Boom. What do you guys think? Will my beautiful logic work? Will it work? I kind of want these lights inside the lights. I want it to be real time, yeah. The range is a little too high. Let's make it smaller. That's probably fine. All right, 20 points versus 3k. I love that there's a little trust. Little trust. I just came back after a break. This looks nice. Hey, thank you, thank you. We got a little bit of a thing happening inside as well. We're gonna test it out if it works. We're gonna test it out and see if we still have the FPS drops. All right, time is up. Let's go, guys. All right, so I think we logged in, but I can't remember the name anymore. So I'm just gonna register again. It's gonna be blacksmith, and the password is gonna be blacksmith666_. Boom, host. Hey guys, we got FPS again. Let's go. All right, let's see. Will the Unity gods be nice to me? Come on. Unity gods, hide those walls. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Yeah, so that didn't exactly work. Fuck. So what went wrong? What went wrong? So let's do a quick debugging. Yeah, there's no peace in Germany. I'm just gonna take a look real quick. Property or indexer network behavior is local player cannot be assigned to its read only. Oh, so is this the problem? I don't know. All right, let's see. Do we actually get inside the code? No. No, we don't. You know we don't. So it is a trigger. It is a trigger. So what's happening? On trigger enter, collider other. So are we even coming here? Hell no. Hell no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what's up. Felix, good day. I know what's up. You guys want to know what's up? We have our collider disabled. Yeah. So we don't have a collider. Now it's gonna work. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm just gonna like I believe so much that I'm just gonna like get the debugging off. Am I fighting myself? I'm fighting myself. Oh my god. Holy shit. All right, let's not press ourselves. Yeah, so it's still not working. So it's still not working. I was sure. Suomi Leijonas. So why doesn't it work? So it doesn't like... So is our collider... Our collider is here. Why doesn't it provide contact? On trigger enter. Did I... Yes, it is here. In-house trigger. We have box collider with trigger on. I'm pretty sure that should be it. Is there something else to it? Is trigger provides I don't think it needs that one. I don't freaking get it. I don't freaking get it. Okay, so we have the problem that we don't have the capsule collider. Maybe we'll do like maybe I'll do like a really tiny one. Like a tiny collider that's gonna do the triggers. Because why I basically removed the self collider was so that you can kind of like run past others. So you can't body block. So let's change it a little bit. So here's the guy. I'm gonna make this like the teeniest thing. Then again, is this gonna like... Yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is actually the one that others will have. So I think we gotta add another one. Let's add another one. So let's do like a simple box collider. This is gonna be the teeny tiny one. Something like that. Just a teeny tiny one, you know? And this is gonna be the one that like is gonna be enabled on player. Try something like that. And I believe this capsule collider here is getting disabled. Am I right? Where does it get disabled? Well, is it somewhere here? Player collider enabled false. Yeah. That's it. That's it. So the player collider, as far as I know, is the capsule collider. I think so. Yeah. So basically now we should have a contact with this teeny tiny box collider. Now what we need to make sure is that we can't like fight ourselves, so we gotta fix that. But let's give this a go now. Do we have we are tagged player, right? Yeah, we are tagged player. I'm gonna take this small. I'm gonna take this away. I don't think that's very healthy. Okay, let's give it another go. If it doesn't work, we're gonna take a lunch break. I think we had like a blacksmith, and I think it was like blacksmith 666 underscore. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Unity gods. Let me have this. Let me have this. Oh, man. Oh, man. So do we get anything? Like, do we, like, anything? No? Nothing. Why? Why don't we get anything? So the capture collider is disabled, but this one is enabled. I don't know what this provides contacts mean. Do we need that? On trigger enter, collider other. So I think what we could do here is just add like trigger entered, trigger exit. Is it gonna let me try again? Sometimes it lets you like compile mid go, but it's kind of bad practice. Yeah, okay, so it broke everything. Let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time. Hey buddy, how's it going, Urmordu? We are trying to find out what the frick is wrong with this. What is wrong with my little house? So I just created this beautiful 3D house into the game. Very Nordic, very demure. But it's not. It's supposed to hide the walls, but we're not like getting any traction. So let me just check out Unity on trigger enter. What is up with? Oh, it needs rigid body? Is that what it is? Does it need a rigid body? Oh, I didn't know it needs a rigid body. I don't have a rigid body. Alright, so... man. Oh, man. I didn't know that. Okay, let's create a new chat. Is there another way to do this same script logic with something else than on trigger enter? It turns out the methods require a rigid body on the colliding object, and I don't have one, nor do I intend to use it. I have a floppy body too, yeah. Can't you decide what triggers it? No, it's so on collision enter or physics overlap sphere. On trigger stay method, I've never heard of that. Here's how you can modify your script to use physics overlap box. Huh. Alright. I'm giving this like a really solid 1 out of 5 chance of working. So now we have an update loop. And then if we are colliding, then we are comparing tags. Player detected true. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is rigid body sufficient on either object? So if your house trigger had one, it will work. Really? So I suppose we could do that. Okay, I'm gonna try this like real quick and we're gonna laugh about it. and my food is still hot because of my like crazy heat persisting bowl. How's Matchup doing? How's the game? Felix, that is a good point. So if my player doesn't need one, then I suppose we could just go with that. I should have stopped the play mode before doing edits. This is gonna cost us 3 light years. Well, 3 years. Doing all right, getting a bit ill, but otherwise all good. Oh man, yeah, I heard about that last night. Oh man, I'm a jackass. So let's shoot this in the back of the head, or like we say in Finland, let's bring it behind the sauna. All right, where's the freaking Unity editor? Where are you? I can't find it from the task manager. There it is. Bye. We go again. I'm stealing that one. Yeah, so I just recovered from a 2-week sickness. So I truly hope that you didn't get this one. I couldn't stomach any idea of working like for 2 weeks. It was so freaking nasty. Hey, Enrico is here. How's it going, Enrico? Welcome. We have made a good progress with the game. We have authentication. We have Unity Cloud Save. As you can see, we can now log in as Blacksmith. And we can log in. And it's gonna say, login is successful, and then we're gonna be like, all right, we're coming. And I created a beautiful Nordic wooden house. Now, does the AI's code work? Doubt it, but let's see. Yeah, fuck it doesn't. Do you know it doesn't work? You know it doesn't work. AI stealing our jobs. Give me a break. AI is not gonna replace anything. Okay, so what I'm gonna actually do is we're gonna do one more test before we eat. So I'm gonna try to give the crafting house block, wooden house. I'm gonna try to give it a rigid body. I don't know if this is a good idea, but it's gonna have a rigid body now. It has mass of 10,000, so it's not gonna go anywhere. Collision detection discrete. Not sure about that. But yeah, it's not gonna move anywhere. I can make it kinematic so it'll never move on its own. Yeah, I think that's what we could do. It doesn't need gravity. Yeah. Alright, so let's try that. It has now a rigid body. How is that gonna affect it? I have no idea. No clue. Let's try. Let us try. So, we are still blacksmiths. Alright, here we go. I have such great belief that this will work. Stout tea. Do you like stouts, beer, and tea? Because that's what the kind of like vibe I was getting. All right, guys, wish me luck. Please let the roofs and the walls disappear when I go in. All right, come on, let me have this. Yes! Woohoo! Fuck yeah! Let's freaking go! That's what I'm talking about. I do indeed. Hey, we're off to a good start. I like stout and I like tea as well. So we should be able to kind of like come out of this side as well. Boom. Alright, so this UX is a little off. but at least you can come out of it. Fuck yeah, guys! Fuck yeah! So this is gonna be the place where you can smelt, you can craft. The bench is just there because I had an asset for it. Yeah, how are we gonna tell players where the exits are? Yeah, so I suppose we could like do like door frames or something. Yeah, you can just press outside and the character's gonna know, you know. Could be a nice to add a very low wall around it. Yeah, I think that could work. Yeah, so maybe you had like kind of like the bedrock, you know, or something. But this is good enough for me right now. This is good enough. For some reason, we kind of like lose the shadows. So I'm kind of like thinking maybe we shouldn't disable the objects. Maybe we should just disable their meshes or something. Nutcracker! You could make it like 90% transparent with a subtle gradient to 100% around the character. That's not a bad idea. I've done it before, so that's you kind of like change the alpha value of the material. I've done it, and it's alright. Make it invisible, not hide it. Yeah. Yeah, because you kind of like lose the shadows, which is not optimal. But this is big progress. I'm gonna version control the shit out of this. Created a new, imported a new asset package for blacksmith stuff. Imported a package for a pro builder. Built a house for crafting. And created logic to hide the walls when player enters. It seems to work alright. That's pretty good stuff. So let's include everything. And here we go. How many new bugs did that make? Hey, welcome back, Enrico. Alright, so I've got my food here. It's gonna be cold soon. So do you guys have any interesting videos? Something we could talk about? Sub 20 minutes, something like 10 minutes would be optimal. Interesting videos. Can be coding related, game development related, can be drama, can be whatever. Have you seen any interesting videos lately? I really want to do a lunch break before I lose my blood sugar. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. It's gonna like close everything. And YouTube live, I'm sorry, but we're gonna stop it here. If you wanna continue watching the development, head over to twitch.tv/amasis. YouTube is very strict about copyrights, so that's why we are cutting this short. Bye bye.